Hey, what's up, guys? It's Eli Fishman from TalkingBall.net and YouTube. Eli Fishman Sports back with another interview. Today I'm happy to be joined by pitcher for the Somerset Patriots, Duane Below. Duane, thanks for joining me today.
Hey, not a problem.
Thank you so much for coming on today. You played at Lake Michigan College for the Red Hawks. It's a D2 school, so it's hard to get drafted. It's hard to get noticed in those type of schools. But you went in the 19th round to the Tigers in the 2006 Major League Baseball draft. How are you able to manage to cope with being in a D2 school, not getting too much attention because of the talent and D2 instead of D1, and then being able to get drafted so high? 19th round is pretty high for D2.
The biggest thing is I went to a small high school, and I didn't even think I'd be able to go play college baseball. And I got an opportunity to play at Lake Michigan, and I had a good group of guys there that we played with, and still friends from playing. And just to get the opportunity to play at a D2 was a dream come true coming from a small high school. And I really never thought I'd get drafted out of Lake Michigan until after my freshman year, when scouts and stuff started coming, and things continued to build up, and then I signed to go play at Central Michigan, but ended up getting drafted out of Lake Michigan and took the draft instead.
You played all the way at every single level, all the way up to the bigs with the Detroit Tigers organizations. What were some of the biggest lessons you learned, and biggest and best things that you did throughout the organization?
The game is crazy. It's hard. There's so many players throughout the levels, and I think the biggest thing is I had a good year in 2007 with West Michigan, and so I expected to go right to Double-A, and that was a lesson in itself. That they sent me to High A, and I was kind of frustrated, and I let it take. Was rough on my season in 2008, and going into 2009 in spring training, I told myself that I wasn't going to let that, control what happens. The only thing I can control is how hard I work and what I do between the lines, and handle my own business. And I think that really opened up my eyes on what I needed to do, control what I can control, and force their hand and make them move me. And so that following year, I made a couple of good starts in Lakeland, ended up getting called up to Double-A, and my second start I ended up getting hurt. So in 2009, I rehabbed, and I think that really that opened my eyes and helped me understand how hard I had to work if I wanted to, accomplish my dream.
You got that dream, which is for almost everybody, making it to the major leagues. July 20th, 2011, Comerica Park against the A's, running out from the bullpen onto that mound in front of thousands of people. MLB debut doesn't get much better. Can you just tell me about what was going through your head running out to the bullpen and just that entire moment?
It was an unbelievable experience. Being from Michigan and my hometown is only 50 minutes away. There's a lot of people there from my hometown to support me, and when I walked from the dugout to go start warming up, that's when I was the most nervous. And as soon as I started stretching and getting ready for the game, my nerves were good, and I was able to go out, and I pitched fairly well. Obviously there's things that I wish I could do different, but just being able to be at home in Detroit, my team that I loved when I was growing up as a kid, being able to play for them in my debut with family and friends there was an experience I'll never be able to get back. So it was awesome.
You spent a lot of time bouncing up and down from AAA to major leagues. Do you feel it was better getting a lot of work and pitching more in AAA, or getting almost not any work in major leagues, but still being in that major league atmosphere?
It's tough. You try to stay sharp, so when you're in AAA and you're pitching on a consistent basis, things are a lot easier and you're able to repeat. Then when you are in the big leagues, you're in the big leagues, but you want to play. You're a competitor and you want to compete. And when you sit, it's tough to stay sharp and it's tough to stay ready. And you try to stay as ready as possible, but when you're not pitching, it's very hard.
You got to go play in Korea for a couple. You only played for a few games, but what was that whole experience like? You're in another country playing overseas. What was the difference playing here and playing there, like, and just that whole atmosphere of experience?
It was a great experience. I'm glad I got an opportunity to travel and see Korea, and the culture was unbelievable. So respectful, and that's one thing I loved about it, is how respectful they are as a culture, and it opens your eyes to see how respectful, and they respect their elders, and I definitely enjoyed it. The baseball was the same. It was the strike zone was a little different. They have a little bit bigger but lower strike zone, and hitters are disciplined. They're just as good, and you got to make your pitches if you want to have success.
Right now, you're in your first season of independent baseball with the Somerset Patriots. How do you like the Atlantic League and the Somerset Patriots organization?
Oh, it's been great. For the short time I've been here, it's been a great experience, and the Patriots have been great to me, and we have a good team, and we're having fun. We go out and win games. Yeah, we slid a little bit this last week, but that's part of the game. Every team does it. Every good team does it, and that's just a matter of how you bounce back and continue to play as a team and stay close and continue to work and play hard.
All right, thank you so much for joining me today.